The dopamine trap nobody warned you about. Most people think dopamine is about pleasure. They think it's the chemical that makes us feel happy. That's what we're told. But that's not the real story. Dopamine is not about happiness. It's about wanting. And once you understand that, a lot of modern life starts to make sense. Think about the last time you checked your phone. Not because you needed to. Not because someone called. You just checked. There was no clear reason. Just a small pull. That pull is dopamine. Dopamine is not the reward. Dopamine doesn't show up after you get something. It shows up before. Before the message. Before the video. Before the notification. It whispers. Maybe something is there. And your brain listens. This is important. Because if dopamine was only about pleasure, we would stop once we felt satisfied. But we don't. We keep scrolling. We keep refreshing. We keep checking. Even when we're tired. Even when we're bored. Even when we don't enjoy it anymore. That's the trap. The trap nobody explained. No one warned us that the world would change like this. There was no class in school. No announcement. One day, life just became optimized for stimulation. Bright colors. Fast cuts. Endless feeds. Instant rewards. And our brains were not built for this. Human brains evolved in a slow world. You had to wait. You had to walk. You had to wonder. Dopamine helped us survive. It pushed us to explore, to learn, to search. But now, the search never ends. Because there is always something else. Why nothing feels enough anymore? Have you noticed this? You finish a video. And instead of feeling complete, you feel slightly empty. So you watch another one. You buy something new. And the excitement fades faster than it used to. So you look for the next thing. This isn't because you're ungrateful. It's because dopamine drops after the reward. And when it drops, your brain wants to raise it again. Not with rest. Not with stillness. With more stimulation. This is why we binge. Not because we love everything we consume. But because stopping feels uncomfortable. The quiet discomfort of stopping. When stimulation stops, something strange happens. You feel restless. Uneasy. A little bored. That feeling is not a problem. It's withdrawal. Not dramatic withdrawal. Not dangerous. But real. Your brain says, where did the signal go? So you reach again. Your phone. Your screen. Your noise. Not to feel joy. Just to stop feeling uncomfortable. This is how the dopamine trap works. It's not your fault. This is important to say clearly. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You are responding normally to an environment designed to pull you in. Every app, every platform, every notification is tested, measured, and adjusted to keep you wanting. Not satisfied. Wanting. A satisfied person closes the app. A wanting person stays. Why calm feels boring now? Many people say, I can't focus anymore. I can't read like I used to. I can't sit still. That doesn't mean your mind is damaged. It means your baseline has shifted. When your brain gets used to constant stimulation, normal life feels slow. Conversation feels quiet. Silence feels loud. Thinking feels hard. This is not because life lost meaning. It's because your dopamine system is overstimulated. Like years after loud music. Your mind needs time to adjust. The dangerous misunderstanding. Here is where many people get confused. They think the solution is more motivation, more discipline, more productivity, more pushing. But that often makes things worse. Because dopamine does not respond well to force. It responds to anticipation. And when anticipation is everywhere, nothing feels special. This is why rest feels guilty. This is why doing nothing feels wrong. Not because it is wrong, but because your brain expects stimulation. What the trap costs us. Over time, the dopamine trap does something subtle. It doesn't just steal attention. It steals depth. Deep conversations. Deep work. Deep rest. Deep joy. All of these require patience. And patience is hard. When your brain is trained to expect instant signals. So life becomes louder. But flatter. Busier. But less meaningful. This is the cost no one warned us about. Escaping the trap, without extremes. This is not about quitting technology. This is not about deleting everything. That's unrealistic. And it misses the point. The real escape starts with awareness. Not fighting the urge. Not shaming yourself. Just noticing. Notice how often you check. Notice how silence feels. Notice how quickly boredom appears. That noticing alone begins to weaken the trap. Because dopamine loses power when it is seen clearly. Relearning how to wait. Waiting is uncomfortable now. But waiting is where depth returns. Not forced waiting. Gentle waiting. Letting a thought finish. Letting a moment stay empty. Letting boredom exist without fixing it. At first, it feels wrong. Then it feels neutral. And slowly, it feels peaceful. That's not loss. That's recovery. A quiet truth. Here is something simple. But important. You don't need more stimulation. You need less interference. Your mind already knows how to focus. Already knows how to feel joy. Already knows how to be present. It just needs space again. You were not warned about the dopamine trap. But now you see it. And seeing it is the first real step out. This channel exists to help you notice what quietly shapes your behavior. Nothing more. Nothing louder.